Welcome to The Courage Effect. I'm Suzanne Weller, and this is a show about growth and unleashing what's possible. You'll hear inspiring stories about what courage looks like, how we navigate what's getting in our way, and the opportunities that surface when we choose courage over comfort. Let's get started. Hi, everybody. Welcome to The Courage Effect. It is Suzanne, and I hope that you are all having an amazing summer and are well and are staying cool. I know that so many places in this world are incredibly hot right now. I've been doing some travel in the past month, and I was in two extremely hot locations. It is not for the faint of heart, a lot of the locations. One, I was in 117 degrees, and I just want to say to those of you that are working through that heat, I have a lot of respect for you. And for those of you that are chilling out and enjoying some cooler temperatures, all good. But I hope that you are all enjoying the summertime, that it is treating you well, that you are getting some rest, and that in some way you have thread courage into your lives. This is the Courage Up Challenge, where I put a challenge in front of you for the next 30 days where you can thread courage into your life in one way or another. This is an opportunity for me to turn up the heat a little bit for you, to help you to potentially get out of your comfort zone and to take some sort of risk. Last month's challenge, we had questions. How do you ask more questions? I heard some great stories about this from people. I also was just more mindful overall in my day-to-day of who I was asking questions to. And it was nice to actually have some conversations with people where they said, I want to actually use this conversation as a testing pool for me to ask some new questions. And it might be a little weird or awkward, but it was so nice for a couple of people to actually tee that up with me, where I got to be the recipient of some great questions and to help them to think about what that might look like. So the power of questions, a really wonderful thing. And if you did join us on that challenge, I hope that your question asking and your conversations went very well. For the new month, this show will be airing the last day of July 2024. So starting today, so let's just say for the month of August, our new Courage Up Challenge is going to be about community and connections. As we are looking towards this last month of summer, I mean, it's amazing. Some schools are actually going back pretty soon, just in the next couple of weeks for kids and otherwise. And a lot of people have been taking their vacations. Some still are. I want to make sure that you get to enjoy the remainder of the summer. And I also want you to be thinking about the road ahead. What is potentially ahead for fall? I really want to think about this seasonality. What are the things as we are enjoying this last hurrah of summer? How can we soak in this fun time and maybe bring a little bit of courage to it in a way that we hadn't necessarily expected? I am very passionate about cultivating relationships, about community in general. How do we actually cultivate new relationships, or really look at the ones that we have and take some inventory around what are the relationships that I'm really benefiting from, where I'm able to also give benefit to other people, where there's an exchange of emotion and love and caring, but also maybe taking some inventory on what are some of the relationships in your life that aren't going along the lines of what you thought about. So it's kind of nice to do this relationship inventory. And I spoke about this at the beginning of the year when I talked about my word of the year for 2024. When we do our resolutions or our intentions for the year, I really like to say intentions, I always anchor on a word for the year that is my theme throughout. It's something that is just an easy reminder for me to go back to repeatedly. And my word this year is curate. It really allowed me to be more discerning on the relationships, on the people, on how I was spending my time, all of the things in my life that I wanted more of. How could I turn up the volume on those things? And maybe the things in my life that I wanted less of. How can I lower that volume or maybe just completely turn it off? But having curation in your life and your relationships is really vital because it ensures that you have people in your life that are giving you what you need and what you need now, that you are thriving in those relationships, that they are relationships that are feeding you in some way, and you're able to give back something also in return. But the challenge that I want to give all of you now is maybe there's an opportunity to meet somebody new. Maybe it's time to curate new relationships. As we look forward to August, I want to put the challenge in front of all of you, which is meeting one new person in the next 30 days. For some of you, this might be easy. This might not be that courageous of an act. You might be somebody who loves connecting with people, talking to strangers, going out into networking events and otherwise. But I know a lot of people that are either lukewarm about it or are even potentially allergic to it. I know people that really don't like being in environments where they're forced to talk to new people. They feel like it's gross, especially when it's, they're going to a networking event where it's something where they're looking to expand their communities or their network professionally or market what they do. I mean, if you're a job seeker or if you're somebody who's a business owner or an entrepreneur, or maybe you're somebody that's really looking to get who you are and what you do on somebody else's radar, how do you potentially market yourself effectively without that gross factor? And that's a much bigger question. We're not going to go there for this challenge. And if that ick factor is something that you struggle with, I would love to have a conversation with you and how my firm, Weller Collaboration, might be able to partner you with a coach to hone your communications and make sure you're showing up more effectively. But that being said, I want to share a nugget with you right now. I'd like to offer you a reframe. If this is a really uncomfortable place for you to be, how might stepping out of your comfort zone help you to change your life, your career, a relationship that you already have? How might going and stepping out into an environment where you're meeting somebody new, where you're going to a networking event, where you're entering a room with strangers and you don't know anybody, how might that actually change your life? How might that give you an opportunity that you didn't expect? How might you curate something new for yourself as a result of creating a new relationship? So in the next 30 days, reach out to one new person. It can be somebody in a professional or a personal capacity. It's really about finding somebody new that you can make a connection with, or if somebody reaches out to you, take them up on their invitation to maybe have a phone call, maybe have coffee. This is an opportunity for you to curate a new relationship. It's a way for you to also start thinking about how much time you want to invest in it. It doesn't mean it has to be a big investment. It can just be a quick conversation, even, at an event or at a party that you go to, or if you're out doing some sort of activity. Think about how much time you want to actually invest in this conversation with just meeting one new person. And it doesn't mean that you have to go beyond that initial point of contact. But if you do, if this is somebody that you like and that you want to have in your network, think about how you will do that. What are the things that you can do to follow up? So it's having the courage to not just create a new relationship, but maybe additionally having the courage to follow up if that is what you choose to do. This is networking, or this is connecting. I know networking is this word that people cannot stand. There is a definite ick factor that goes along with a lot of this. It is uncomfortable for us to go out and meet new people. But maybe if we start thinking about this as a way to expand our communities, cultivate new relationships, find people that are meaningful in our lives, or maybe people whose lives we might be able to positively impact. I wonder if that's a reframe that gets you in a place of being more comfortable to take that risk and to have that conversation, maybe have coffee or whatever it is after the fact. But this might give you an opportunity to create a new relationship in your life that just changes the game. It's somebody that's really important to help you to get that new job, or maybe get that promotion, or maybe meet the right person that you need to in your network. If it's somebody that you've been wanting to connect with or get an introduction to, now is your chance. So As we wrap up summer, think about how you can keep this fun, keep it light, not make it too scary of an endeavor, but how can you meet one person in the next 30 days? And Seattle people, I'm going to offer you an invitation to a networking or making connections event that I am hosting on Tuesday, August 20th here in Seattle. You can find information in the show notes about that. Please register. I would love to meet you in person, and it will give you an opportunity to indulge in this challenge with me. I am excited to hear the stories. Please share at Courage Up, hashtag Courage Up. You can also reach out to me directly via the Weller Collaboration website or on Substack in my Reimagine growth newsletter. But I want to hear the stories about who did you meet? What was the thing that was interesting about it? Or maybe it wasn't so interesting, but you did it. You actually took a step to get out of that comfort zone. How do we get more courage to do this, and how do we potentially model it for others? Sharing these stories is a great way for us to build the community around it and for you to help inspire other people to take the risks as well. So happy connecting, happy creating new relationships in your life, and enjoy the end of summer. It's going to be a beautiful month. I hope that wherever you are able to get some rest, you're able to spend it with people that you love, and that you're able to enjoy time with new relationships or in relationships now to the people that mean the most to you. So stay courageous, everybody. Happy summer. Courage up with me. Thank you so much for listening and for being here. I am grateful to have you as part of the courageous community. The Courage Effect is brought to you by Weller Collaboration. We're a team of talented coaches, executive advisors, and consultants who partner with clients to enhance leadership, navigate the roads of change, and build successful teams. More information about Weller Collaboration is available via the links in our show notes. Please spread the word about the Courage Effect. Rate and review your favorite episodes on Apple Podcasts or your favorite podcast platform. Share with your colleagues, family, or anyone in your universe who might be inspired by a good dose of courage. If you have feedback or stories to share about the show, or would like to apply to be a guest, please contact us via our website. Benny Mathers is our producer. Dave Nelson composed our theme music. Alex Sandyforth is our administrative maven. And I'm your host, Suzanne Weller.